Why you suck at building. And by you, I mean all of us, because myself very much fits into what we're about to talk about. So recently I had this commission that I did for a big YouTuber, the B family. They have, I think they just hit 10 million subscribers, which is insane. And I sat with it for a day, okay? I didn't turn it into them. I sent them the image of the map just like this, and they liked it. They didn't really want any changes, but I just sat with it for a day because most of the time when I do commissions, I try to get them done as quick as possible with still looking decent at least. And the next day when I look at them, I'm like, wow, that's not exactly great, and it doesn't showcase what I'm able to do that well. Anyways, today, that's exactly what we're going to be talking about. Commissions are a great way for us all to earn some money as developers, but the better way to earn money is having repeat commissions, aka the same people wanting to hire you again and again. And if you deliver a product that's just not exactly the greatest, well, they're not exactly going to want to hire you again. And I noticed myself working on this earlier today, and they need ores, and look how lazy I was. Once again, I didn't show them these because I sat back and I looked at them and I was like, bro, these are garbage. So what I would recommend to all of my fellow developers out here is do your commission to what you think is done, I say in air quotations, and then the next day, look at it again and see if you can add anything to it to make it look better. So right now, I'm gonna go over what I could do to make this look better, and the ores that you just saw, I already started remaking those right here. And I'll be making all of these, a couple more variations and all that stuff. We'll figure that out soon. But the map itself, it looks okay, but nothing exactly great. Dirt patches look sort of like chocolate, so we could maybe add a texture on those, maybe put them into the ground a little bit. In fact, I'm gonna go ahead, pull up the snipping tool, and draw out what I plan to do to the map. One out, something like this, and add a staircase right here. So you have to kind of walk down. Another thing we could do is maybe holes in the ground, which will have the dirt patches instead of just floating dirt, and we can have some down here. Let's do like this, one over here, and then a long one in the back. So first things first, let's get the staircase started. I think I'm just gonna grab the entire floor, duplicate it, move it over here, and rework it like so. Let's grab our dummy, and I'm thinking we want this to be a little over the player's head. I'm gonna go ahead and duplicate this part, and I want these to be decently thick as well, like so. And now we even want it to go back a little bit. So I'm gonna just grab these, duplicate them, and rotate them, and I'm just gonna fit this to the end right here. Now, whenever you rotate a Roblox part, they actually don't work anymore. They just don't line up. Let's extrude. I said extrude. Scale. We are not in Blender, fellas. And now we're just gonna make this shape. I do want this to be even, so I'm gonna just scale them in to where they are kind of clipping like this on both sides, and then I'm gonna hold, I believe it's control, and that will scale both sides at once. And that'll just make sure it's perfectly even. Now we're gonna duplicate and fill in these spots here. Perfect. And duplicate this and throw it on the other side. I'm gonna go ahead and make the steps, and then we'll be back. All right, we have our steps, and now let's think of what other details we can add. First things first, I think it would be nice to have just a small back plate right here, and it doesn't look like it's gonna line up, so let's move this to 0.125. There we go. And that is just gonna give a cleaner look to the steps overall. Drag this all the way down on both sides, and we're gonna use a wedge here just to add a little bit more detail. And guys, this is something that I lack on so bad when I'm working on commissions, because it's usually, okay, what's the fastest way can I get this done? And that doesn't always mean you're gonna have the most satisfied clients. In fact, it's even worse when they say it's good and it's not, because then you have your validation you were seeking, but it's garbage. Ooh, should we make it like this and then have one more on the edge? Let me just try something real quick. I think that looks pretty cool actually, so I'm gonna keep it, and then we're gonna throw it on the other side. I just think it looks kind of cool. Heck yeah. And now we're just gonna start porting over stuff from the other map, but as you can see, layout wise, all right guys, I completely forgot I was recording this. I don't know when I said I would be back, but I'm back. Look at this map in comparison to attempt number 1. Let me go ahead and just anchor everything, just giving myself one more day to look at it and think about what I could do. We went from this flat map, which isn't bad. Like, let's go ahead and play both of them. And I also need to preface that building doesn't overly matter on Roblox. Like, people want to say it does, but it doesn't. Really, if the game's not fun, it's not fun. And the builds is just kind of the icing on the cake. Anyways, this was map number 1. Very open and very flat as well, which is the ultimate downfall of Mr. Robuilder. I always build flat and never any terrain elevation changes. But check this out. If we go over to the new map and play, it just feels so much better. It's a bigger map overall, but it doesn't feel bigger, which is a huge win. This map honestly feels so much better than it did. Let's make sure the stairs work nice. They do. Nice. Oh, I'm so much more excited about this one than I was previously. And I will say that is the main downfall of all of us developers. So I would say just give yourself time. If you think you can get the map done in a week, tell them 2 weeks, just so you can make sure you have time to do everything. Guys, I think that's gonna wrap up today's video. If you did enjoy and you want to see more content like this, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Have a great day. Later.